This is Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Phil Leskowski coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Thursday, January 22nd. Defense Ministry can't scrape by anymore on budget, urges legislature to act. U.S. think tank GMF leads international delegation to Taiwan. And the Taiwan Electrical and Electronic Manufacturers Association launches global science parks targeting North America, Europe, and South Asia. But first, today's top story. The Defense Ministry said Thursday that it could no longer quote-unquote scrape by with minimal deterrent capabilities amid escalating threats from China, urging the legislature to promptly review the annual defense budget and a proposed $39.5 billion special defense budget to avoid disrupting military build-up plans. The special budget would be allocated over 8 years through 2033. President Lai Ching-te said on November 26 that Beijing aims to be ready to take Taiwan by force by 2027, prompting questions on whether extending procurement to 2033 is too slow. The stalled defense budget of $2.4 billion will delay equipment procurement, ammunition resupply, including high-mobility artillery rocket systems, known as HIMARS, Harpoon, Javelin, and Stinger missiles, as well as follow-up training programs for F-16 aircraft and troop expansion drills in the next 14 days. Defense Ministry Strategic Planning Director General Huang Wenzhi said that enemy threats are now 10 times more severe than before, and they must immediately prepare against potential threats. Though the ministry and Western intelligence assess that China will be prepared to invade Taiwan by 2027, they stress that the military buildup is long-term and cannot focus solely on that year. Defense underpins livelihood, economy, society, and education, the ministry said. President Lai Ching-te met with a delegation from the German Marshall Fund of the United States, known as GMF, this Wednesday, discussing Taiwan's increasing defense budget and self-defense capabilities. GMF President and CEO Alexandra de Hoop Scheffer noted that the delegation comprises members from the U.S., France, Germany, and the U.K., which she says are all staunch supporters of Taiwan. She said gaining a deeper understanding of the dynamics shaping Taiwan and the entire Indo-Pacific and expanding transatlantic cooperation on Taiwan-related issues are the two main objectives of the visiting delegation. Lai underlined Taiwan's plans to develop the T-Dome air defense system and the finalization of Taiwan-U.S. tariff negotiations. He expressed hope that the Economic Prosperity Partnership Dialogue will be used to deepen Taiwan's cooperation with the U.S. and Europe in security, trade, and technology, thereby maintaining regional peace and stability. Lai said,
Taiwan's total investment in Europe over the past 4 years has exceeded the total investment of the past 40 years. Taiwan will continue to expand cooperation with European countries in industries such as semiconductors, AI, and ICT, as well as in supply chain resilience. I expect the visiting guests to continue assisting Taiwan in deepening its connections with European countries.
Referencing a GMF report analyzing the economic, military, and social and international costs that a Chinese conflict with Taiwan would incur, titled If China Attacks Taiwan, the president highlighted unity and cooperation as the only way to leverage collective wisdom and strength to resist authoritarian expansion. De Hoop Scheffer said that Indo-Pacific security and stability across the Taiwan Strait are crucial to transatlantic and global security. She said it concerns economic resilience, global supply chains, and deterrence capabilities. The Taiwan issue is a global one and relates to the credibility of the overall alliance system, De Hoop Scheffer explained. She says the key lies in strengthening partnerships on important issues, including economic security, critical infrastructure, cybersecurity, and defense-related technological innovation. The GMF president and CEO said she looks forward to deepening the partnership with Taiwan. The Taiwan Electrical and Electronic Manufacturers Association, TEMA, announced a major global expansion plan on Wednesday, unveiling the TEMA Science Park, initiatives to help Taiwanese firms integrate into international supply chains. Association and Honhai Technology Group, known as Foxconn chairman Yang Liu, said the project will establish 4 strategic hubs in Mexico, Poland, the US, and India, serving as regional centers for high-end North American, European, and South Asian manufacturing. The chairman noted that TEMA has begun site inspections and feasibility abroad and will soon hold an investment briefing to invite member participation. He also praised the government's successful completion of U.S. Taiwan tariff negotiations, expressing appreciation for officials' efforts and pledging full industry cooperation with forthcoming policy directions. TIMA, which represents more than 3,000 members companies across 17 industry sectors, around 80% of them small and medium enterprises, accounts for a crucial share of Taiwan's industrial output. In 2024, Taiwan's manufacturing production was $610 billion, with ICT contributing $273 billion, 44.6%, rising to 50.5% in the first 9 months of 2025. With the slogan, "Leading Together, Growing Strong Together," Yang Liu said TIMA will integrate AI, ESG practices, and smart living concepts in its science parks. An upcoming industry white paper in October will continue strategic for policy upgrading, cross-sector collaboration, and building a resilient national industrial ecosystem. President Lai Ching-te said at the CommonWealth Economic Forum on Thursday that the completion of U.S. Taiwan tariff negotiations marks the beginning of a new phase in Taiwan's economic development. Despite global instability, from the wars in Ukraine and Gaza to fears of capital flight, Lai emphasized that Taiwan has remained strong, emerging as a trusted and secure non-China supply chain for democratic economies and attracting significant foreign investment. Lai highlighted that Taiwan now stands on equal footing with Japan, South Korea, and the European Union, following tariff reductions from as high as 32% to 15% without cumulative charges.
Every Taiwanese company is unafraid of competition, as long as the conditions are fair. Leveling the field with Korea, Japan, and the EU gives our industries the greatest opportunity.
He emphasized that government support for businesses will persist even after the tariff agreement. Lai revealed a $2.94 billion export supply chain support plan, along with credit guarantees and initiative for digital transition to bolster small and medium-sized enterprises. He and Premier Zhou Rongtai will also tour local industries across the country to assess their frontline needs. Lai called AI an essential infrastructure for all sectors, citing projects like national computing centers and silicon photonics research. He pledged that Taiwan will maintain strong global partnerships, enabling its industries to stand firm and go far on the world stage. Taiwan's Navy confirmed on Thursday that the Littoral Combatant Command will be officially established on July 1st as part of plans to bolster sea control capabilities in 2026. Navy Chief of Staff Chiu Junrong announced as the Defense Ministry's regular press briefing that the command will incorporate units including the Haiphong Brigade, Missile Boat Forces, and the Naval Maritime Surveillance and Reconnaissance Command. To counter escalating threats, the command aims to enhance defense against enemy amphibious landings and multi-layer intercepts. Chiu said that, for example, drones, radar stations, and mobile radar vehicles, shore-based fixed or mobile missile strike capabilities, and logistics maintenance would all be integrated. Chiu clarified that the July 1st timeline was always the plan, dismissing rumors of a delay from January. Preparations, including equipment intake, site planning, and facility upgrades, are on schedule, although details remain unavailable amid ongoing development. On reports that the Maritime Corps Air Defense and Base Guard Group, responsible for protecting mobile missile units like the Haiphong Brigade, might reform as the original 77th Marine Brigade, Chiu said its role in domain protection is critical. However, he confirmed that the group will maintain its current structure until after the command's launch and force adjustments, with no timeline set for the 77th Brigade discussions. Former CTBC Brothers coach Sarah Edwards signed with Los Angeles in the Women's Pro Baseball League this Wednesday. Initial social media posts incorrectly identified the Chinese Professional Baseball League as being based in China, but were later corrected to note that her experience was in Taiwan. The post describes Edwards, who served as batting coach for the CTBC Brothers in Taiwan, as a baseball player with extensive international experience, having played professional softball in Europe and New Zealand and represented the United States in the Women's Baseball World Cup. She was the first female coach for the Philadelphia Phillies in Major League Baseball and is regarded as the first on-field female coach in Asian Pro Baseball. The Women's Pro Baseball League website features Edwards as left-handed first baseman who brings power and presence to the heart of LA's order, highlighting her extensive national and international experience and saying she's kind of a player that can change a game with one swing. Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Phil Laskowski. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.